What's up, YouTube? What's up, Xtreme Gainz family? I'm Chuck. This is Xtreme Gainz. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Monday, April 25th, 2022, and this is the Amc Gme and SPY Algo Exposed daily update and preparation video for tomorrow and beyond. As always, I hope you had a great day in the market today. I'm going to go over all the regulars here, my snake algo method and theory for AMC, GME, and SPY, as well as macro comparatives for all three. So, with that said, let's dig in. On your screen is AMC and my snake algo. AMC finished today up 2.66% at 1696, currently down 0.29 in after hours at 1691. Now, explaining last night's video, the divergence happened from the previous snake on Friday. I was unsure. It happened in after hours on Friday, so I was unsure of whether or not to clip. I'm sorry, it happened after hours Thursday. So I was unsure whether to clip the day of and call it Friday or the day before and call it Thursday and use it on here. So I clipped both and I put them on here. Both of them indicated the exact same thing moving into today. That was a move to the upside. A little bit of a nuance difference between the two of them, but not much. And it looks and appears to be a fulfillment of both of them to this point. I did overlap, just for reference if you're following along and doing it yourself, I did overlap them each one day. The blue is the Friday clip, overlapped right into where the divergence took place just prior to it. The orange is the Thursday clip, overlapped into the same area, pre-market of Thursday. So projection fulfillment throughout that until where we're at currently. What is the indication from them? Obviously opposite. Oh, up or down, huh? Yep, every day. I'll say it every time. Obviously, it looks like potential consolidation here throughout. Maybe into what appears to be tomorrow morning. A potential short-term move up from the blue one and then downside. Whereas the orange one looks and appears to be consolidation and then a move up tomorrow when market opens, roughly, maybe even a little bit earlier prior to market open. However, both of these do appear in this position to expire tomorrow. They're almost exact mirrored images of each other, but they both appear to expire tomorrow, which is an indication to me that if I get fulfillment out of one of them, that there would be a new snake potentially being printed tomorrow. So I will be on the lookout for that tomorrow. So that's what I'm looking at with those snakes. As far as the micro intraday snakes that I had showed you on the video, the update and prep video Thursday, the only thing I could come up with today, they didn't line up as well as they had been previously. The only thing I could come up with is this. And what that is what I've called like a split or a half. And let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go back here and show you an example. So it happens quite frequently where I wrote straight times 2, divert half. So halfway through the day, there was a diversion using the one from the previous day straight 2 times. Well, what happened was, and let me go up here and show you. I clipped the previous day, laid it on there, and left it like this, laid it on there by itself, gave it a little bit of time to obviously show me the size of it, right? And the pull on it, and lay it on there in its entirety. And then real price action diverted from the projection. The projection was upside, real price action continued downside. What time? Around 11 or 11:50 a.m. Go back to that day within this clip and clip it at that time and bring it back and lay it on here where the diversion takes place. And then you get continuation of fulfillment on the 5-minute, almost essentially candle for candle. So that's what that is. The only thing I could come up with, and it does real quick, it does happen quite frequent. It happened here, here, here. And then here again. Look. Put it on in its entirety. Diversion. Started straight. second one mirrored. The second half clip from the second part of the day, put it on, projection fulfillment. There. So it happens quite a bit throughout here. Haven't quite nailed down the concept behind that, other than bull and bear flipping is of Algos potentially. I'm gonna think on the concept of that, but that's essentially what I have come up with for today. Now, I did not come up with that intraday because, as you can see, this is not replicated candle for candle. Lots of volatility today. Hard to get that volatility replicated in this in any way. Even enlarging this to, you know, a giant here where you're losing the ability to know where to place this in that manner. So had I just placed it in its flipped state and size and laid it on here, that's essentially what it would have given me. That's the closest thing I can get to it for today. So I'm going to go ahead and document that as one of those half diverts like I did back previously, like I just showed you, and go from there moving forward and just keep documenting. So that's what I have for the snake Algos with AMC. Excuse me. The macro comparative, as you know, is from the macro descending wedge prior to the January 2021 run-up. And where we are at within this is right here. And I had talked about this leading up to it, about this potentially diverting from the bottom and invert mirroring that bottom as a top. Just like I had these lines just in there. And that's exactly what this did. It inverted and replicated this move. Watch this. In its entirety. Candle for candle. Mirrored and flipped. It's an inverted mirroring. Candle for candle. So that's that. I had 3 potential expectations that I was looking at with this going into today and beyond. One of them would have been to go heavy, this belongs over here, heavy bull side and converge back with the macro comparative to the upside. We did go bull, but not crazy heavy to converge there. However, the second was to go bull side and potentially start consolidating in this ascending manner to start potentially making a move up to this double top. Or the third would have been to come downside and potentially invert mirror the tops here, the double top here, as a double bottom down here. Just like it did here, but more likely what it did here. More like what it did here. And let me show you this. If I put that on my rundown and now the inverted part up, what does this indicate? The inverted mirroring of that double top and then the run up. So something like that is what I'm looking at potentially happening. If it were to continue to invert that right there. And the indication from that, if it were to invert, and I'm going to use this as my mirrored inversion macro comparative. If it were to do that, it's obvious that it would be calling for pretty much immediate downside in the macro. So that's what I'm looking at with the macro comparative for AMC. For GME, the macro comparative is the green right here. Talked about this last night. It had not remained and established that ascending level of consolidation here on the way up. It does look and appear to be diverting from this macro comparative that has projected and fulfilled for quite a minute there. And it has diverted to the downside. GME, by the way, finished the day today down 1.64% at 135.95, down an additional 0.32 in after hours at 135.51. I'm going to reevaluate a couple other macro comparatives as well as this one, and I will update you when and if I have something that is viable to potentially be showing here. Now, the snake for GME, projected. Let me go down to the 5-minute. Projected and fulfilled in its entirety today, 100%. I told you I had clipped in last night's video the tail end that went upside off of this one because I thought we had diverted Friday from it. I therefore clipped, and this is Thursday's clip here, and put it right at the diversion point, and I have gotten 100% projection and fulfillment out of this snake today. Right there. Indication from it going into tomorrow, downside. Continuation downside. If this were to divert and expand as well, this is indicating expiration tomorrow as well. So they're all kind of lining up. AMC and GME's like intra-week interchanging snakes are lining up for a potential diversion and new snake tomorrow. If it were to divert prior to that, I will be clipping today. However, if I get fulfillment out of this into tomorrow, then I'll be clipping tomorrow. That's GME. Last but not least, SPY. Go to the 4-hour. The snake is the current one that has been projecting and fulfilling for 3 weeks and now 1 day today. And the macro comparative is the extended version, macro comparative here, that it has been following for quite some time. I talked about this potentially putting in short-term move to the upside prior to continuation downside in this volatility, and how they invert them one from another when it gets to this point. So if it were to follow what is here for them in this position, I would expect downside from them, from both of them in that projection in this current position. However, if this were to just check down briefly and go continuation upside to potentially fulfill this top of the current snake, I would be okay with that, and I wouldn't bat an eye at it. So again, trying to think, I explained this in the live stream today, trying to think hindsight in real time allows me to not get too overzealous with these things and or think that they have potentially diverted from them with one minor move that is not seen here, knowing that they have the ability to converge back with it, and in hindsight being able to look at that down the road and think, damn, I should have left it there. I've learned that over time using these things as comparatives to just allow them to be where they're at until it's an absolute definitive diversion, and then invalidate at that point. But the obvious indication from this, according to the position that it is in, as well as the macro comparative in the short term here, look to be both indicating downside prior to the snake showing upside, the macro comparative showing consolidation prior to continuation to downside. But we'll deal with that if and when we get there. Obviously, this snake looks to be potentially expiring Wednesday or Thursday of this week, and I will be looking for a new snake later in the week if we don't divert from it sooner. These things don't always have to play out to their end, so if we get a diversion from that, let's say to the upside tomorrow, and we completely definitively divert from it, I will be looking to clip a new snake tomorrow. SPY is on a different schedule than what AMC and GME are. So that's what I got for AMC, GME, and SPY for this video. If you made it to the end, I appreciate it. Do y'all's thing. It would be greatly appreciated. Quick reminder, I will not be live tomorrow morning. It's a planned Discord premium private live stream. So unless something were to pop off to the upside and or go catastrophic to the downside, I'm going to be live in there. I will communicate if I can through Twitter. So if you're not following me there, make sure you are. And other than that, I will get a update and prep video out tomorrow night after market close, like always. And then I'll be back here live for the market, stock market live stream on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. So I'll see you guys either in the update and prep video tomorrow night or in the live stream first thing Wednesday morning. Take care. Enjoy your evening. I'll talk to you all on the next one. Later.